So we started our new unit, Variation and Rational Functions, and we learned that variation is a function with several variables involved, variables that change. But all variation has what we call a constant of variation. And that's the one number that doesn't change while the other variables change. Now, we applied 4 steps to setting up and solving variation problems. Today, we're going to focus on word problems that are related to variation. Now, we talked about the fact that there's 2 types of variation. There's direct and inverse. Direct variation is the rule y equals kx, and inverse variation is the rule y equals k over x. We also looked at problems where you put the 2 variations together. So in these word problems that we're going to be looking at, we're going to see how you can still have the combined variation. So the word problems can be a bit difficult, and step 1 can be the hardest step, setting up your variation rule. If you don't complete step 1 accurately, then it's going to mess everything else up. So I'm going to read through these steps, the 4 steps on how to attack these word problems, and then we're going to apply them. So the first step, step 1, is to write the variation rule. So after you read the problem, if you go through this process, it's going to help you with the variation rule. So first thing you want to do is bracket the question. Then you're going to circle all the numbers that are located in the question. These numbers represent our variables. Each of these numbers is going to have a variable attached to it, and it's going to be, and when you think about a number, think about something with units attached. For example, miles. Miles represents distance. So each number will have an assigned variable, except the numbers that are found in the question. When you circle the numbers, those numbers that are in the question are going to go in step 4. Those are the numbers that we use in the last step. The remaining numbers you use in step 2, but also you use those numbers to help you define your variables. So by circling the numbers, you will know how many unknowns or variables are necessary. Okay, so step 1, bracket the question and circle the numbers. All of the numbers that you find in the question go for step 4. The remaining numbers you use in step 2 to help guide you and also help you set up your variables. Step 2, find k, the constant of variation. Using your numbers circled, replace each variable with the corresponding number. All variables will be replaced except k. So every variable that you have has to have a number attached to it because you've got to figure out what k is. So once you've replaced those variables with those numbers, then you're going to solve for k. Step 3, write your function rule. So rewrite the variation rule, but instead of using k, replace k with a value you found in step 2. Remember, a function rule is something that you can graph. So y equals 2 over x, or y equals 3x, or even y equals 3x over z squared. And then the last and final step, actually answering the question, the final answer. Replace using the numbers found in the question, simplify, and solve for the variable that is unknown. So in the next video, we're going to apply these 4 steps, and we are going to look at 2 variation word problem examples.